if the president flew back from the US today and landed here at midday and walks to the Lee Funeral Home, you think he'll be told the same thing? Honestly,
he's the president.
Deputy president. He's the deputy president. Come on. Just be honest with it. The process has begun.
I can tell you for once that you are pushing this argument to a non-logical position. I have seen, I witnessed even the president himself, the retired President Moi, when he's told that somebody is indisposed, you cannot see the person. That the President Moi would walk off and say, Sawa, I'll come back on another day.
I think we have concluded it.
So I think we want to push
it was just an example, because he passed on early in the morning. I was thinking, he walked in after the press conference, so I'm thinking, if it was the flips that really have happened, but you're telling me I'm pushing the argument.
By the way, even when the president, the president who has passed away, was at his kabarak, we sought to have appointments, and even his son, Senator, told me that no, this week it's not prudent. We postpone it. And he will come. And I never made heavy weather about it.
But also, you know, there is one thing that you might not know. At Lee funeral, you only view the body by appointment. Because you see, the moment the body has been, when they tell you viewing will be at a certain time, they remove the body from, I don't know, from those fridges or something like that. They prepare the body and they allow you for public viewing. Public viewing. When they finish, they take it back. So anybody who comes after it, the body is already taken back, cannot see the body.
All right. I think, gentlemen, we have exhausted that argument, and for you too, Musalia Mudavadi and the AG. There's a lot of wins for the president, the retired president, the late president, but there are also the misses. So the two of you were accused in the Anglo-listing, which almost brought the economy of this country down. What were your comments of that? Because that was a low point for the president, President Moi then.
I don't think so.
No. We are not. In fact, in agro-listing case, I can tell you there are about 3, 4, 5 cases I instituted against the then permanent secretaries in finance and of home affairs and of many. And they've been ongoing in the court. You haven't been following them?
No, I've been following them. That's the thing. How many years?
They are in court.
The home affairs one was in prison.
The home affairs were in fact Maliko, is it? He was found guilty.
Golden Bag, Golden Bag, and the Golden Bag scandal.
That is the whole.
My friend, you haven't read my book. I've always told people, read The Storms of Passion. There was a judicial commission of inquiry.
Like every other judicial commission of inquiries in this country. Where the report is in the shadow.
No, it was there. It was made. It was a judicial process. All right. And once a judicial process is done, it makes its recommendations. In my case, please read the Judicial Commission of the Inquiry. It is very clear that I was acknowledged by the Judicial Commission of Inquiry as the person who went out of the way to fight and finish Golden Bag. So
which is true.
So this rumor,
and I can confirm that report, apart from acquitting him as it were, recommended a number of further investigations against certain individuals.
I mean, you've spoken about further investigations. That's what happens in this country.
It recommended.
Further investigations.
And we directed those investigations to be carried out. Unfortunately, some of them have passed on. I don't want to mention their names.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've taken a lot of your time. I just want to, we'll not even play our other segments of the day. I just want to give you an opportunity for your closing remarks, right? So that I let you go. Where do I begin? Ladies first, but protocol dictates here. Ladies first, closing remarks. And also remember the families in Kakamega, right? And also the family of President Moi.
I think we'll start with the families in Kakamega. I think that is one of the saddest things that have happened to this country. When a mother loses 4 children, let her go. I mean, it's unimaginable. I believe that safety measures could have been put in place to avoid this thing happening. I do not know how it all happened. It's a very, very pathetic and sad situation. The whole of Kenya is mourning with the people of Kakamega, and we just pray that those parents who've lost their children will find peace.
Okay.
It's a very disturbing issue. Number two, I think Kenyans want to mourn with with President Moi'S family. They've been hit very hard, and I think we need to pray with and for them and mourn with them until we send Moi to rest, and really observe this period of mourning as Kenyans seriously.
Okay. All right. I don't know the protocol between you gentlemen. Who will go first?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
We are friends.
Okay.
Well, I think I had opened up by conveying my condolences to the family of the president and also to the family of the young people who lost their lives in Kakamega. In the issue of Kakamega, I think what is critical is that as they investigate the issue of safety measures in the constructed buildings is absolutely essential. We should not just let it pass. We should ask our planners and the people who approved some of these building plans, did you take into account the necessary safety measures so that our young people are not in any danger? So that is a very serious issue, and we can only say that let the investigators finish their job and then give very clear recommendations about their findings. Now the other thing that as we mourn the president is to really just say, let it be a moment of meditation for the Kenyan people, and let us even tone down our politics for a while. If I remember well, during the 2013 election build-up, when was it that Saitoti passed away? It was 2013. In the clash with Ojode. I remember the country was in the moment of campaign, and I remember all politicians stepped back and they said, let us suspend our political activities and allow for this period of mourning and meditation to commiserate with the family. So I see no reason why we as politicians should not take a step backwards and slow down on our political activities at this particular moment in time. Finally, I was looking at the clip when I was seated on the other side.
Yes.
Your run on the president.
Yes.
And when he was the Minister for Education in the 60s and so forth. You know, one thing, he left a lot of footprints: education, health, conservation, the desire to make sure that constitution is followed in spite of all temptations and all things, but he stood his ground. Do you know, people forget that it's that retired president who moved a motion in Parliament, I think in 1957, the Legico, to set up the umbrella body of the Kenya National Union of Teachers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know that.
So this is the man who set the foundation for the National Union
Of teachers.
of teachers in this republic.
Right.
And then in the same 60s, the National Union of Teachers then went on strike with Keoni and others because now they were fighting for a single employer called the TSC, the Teachers Service Commission. So here is a legacy that we are taking for granted. But it is the president
Who did all that?
who has been laid to rest, who has died,
Yes.
that actually fought for unionism and to create the umbrella body
Well
for the
said.
teachers of this country.
Well said. Well said. Right.
Well, I also join my friends in mourning the families of the children who died in Kakamega. This is something that we cannot all understand how it happened. Because for 14 children to die in that manner is something that is very, very painful. Very painful. So I would say that we all join them in sending our condolences, and also promise that we are together with them.
Okay.
As she said, that one family lost four
children. Yes.
That's a very big number. So this is a very bad accident that we should not allow that to happen again. But for the president, the only thing I can say is that I also send my condolences, I and my family, the family of President Moi. But what I would beg the rest of the Kenyans is never to bring in politics into the president's funeral, our president's funeral.
Okay.
Because the way I've seen when people begin saying that, I don't know, the deputy president went to Lee and he was not allowed, when we know it's not true, I don't think it's fair. So we should not try to politicize, because this evening, the deputy president flew all the way from Kakamega, Kakamega Garden.
It's true.
And he went to the president's home. He met the president's family. I saw it on TV, and
Yes.
he was welcomed very well. He talked, and even the family thanked him for visiting. So I don't think we should try to politicize that.
Well said.
Thank you.
Well said. Finally.
I too would want to really send my condolences to the 14 children who have died. I would wish those who are injured quick recovery. It was really the parents, I heard them crying uncontrollably. But I hope that the Almighty God will give them the necessary comfort. Kakamega Primary School is one of the best primary schools in that area. And therefore it's a school where most parents would want their children to go. And in fact, one parent was saying that I had wanted my child to go somewhere else. He refused. Another place he refused, he just wanted Kakamega. And now that child is dead. In addition to what they say, Musalia and Fred have said, I think the Minister of Education should really look at the plans for schools from the safety point of view, particularly primary schools, and particularly those double story. I think it's only 3 stories.
3 story, yes.
Yeah, because this
Actually, 3 floors, not 3 stories, 3 floors.
3 floors.
Yes.
This is a time when I've seen a building has not collapsed. It is still intact.
Yes.
But people have died. So there must be something in the planning which is quite wrong. We had commissions of inquiry into those schools where people had died in dormitories. And it was because there was only one way out, and there was no key to open, and so many things. People died. And I hope the minister has now addressed that particular problem.
Okay.
Coming to
the late
President or a teacher at Moi, I feel a really personal loss and grief. He made me what I am. But more important, I would not have served for this long time with him without him being protective of me. And let me tell you, I'm not so much concerned about the noise outside. Those I know how to deal with them. But it's a noise inside. And we are fighting almost throughout because of the people inside saying, this age, I should leave. It's that noise which the president protected me from.
Okay.
So I value that he placed a lot of confidence in me and that he retained me up to the very end to serve him. And I want, on my own behalf, people of Busia, my family, to convey my sincere condolences to the family of the teacher at Moi, who was a deeply committed Christian. And I'm quite sure he's now with the Almighty God. and that he will be looking after the welfare of those he has left behind
Okay.
from on high.